좋습니다. Oh yeah, we're gonna burn some stuff. Wow, it's been ages since I made a video, so I'm trying to get back into it. It's spring, finally. And we're gonna do another Shishugibon video. Yakisugi. I had done a previous video where in retrospect, it turns out I was showing you how I like to do Shishugibon. That video was fine in and of itself, but it raised a lot of questions and there were a lot of comments on that video. Can I do this? Can I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? I'm gonna answer all those questions for you here today, and we're gonna burn this pine plank. This is highly recommended. One of these, they're like weed killers. I don't know, these go by a lot of different names. You could buy this at Harbor Freight. I'll drop a link in the description below, but it's basically a torch that connects up to a standard 20-pound propane tank. And then it's got this little trigger thing here. Really puts out some heat. Makes this a lot easier. Can you use one of those handheld torch things? Sure, but you're gonna get like sort of an uneven pattern because you're only going to be heating up a small section of the wood, whereas that heats up a big section of the wood. All right, this is a pine plank. I think it's 6 foot by like, I don't know, but it's about 3/4 of an inch thick. Coffee, love coffee. So last time I showed you the way I burn the wood. It's kind of like a medium burn. Then I sand it, then I put some linseed oil on it. So today, I've labeled this as advanced technique. There's nothing advanced about it. It's just different, because advanced typically to me means like it's harder. This isn't any harder. This is just the same thing, except we're doing it differently this time. So let me bring the camera down and we'll focus in on the first third of this board here. All right, so for this first section, I'm just gonna put like a really basic, very light burn on this. There you go, that's it. Now, what have we done? We just barely scorched the surface of the wood here, and it leads to just a really nice finish. I mean, it looks a lot better already. The pine in and of itself is pretty anemic. You put a light burn on it like that, and it already looks pretty darn nice. Now, there's nothing really to sand off. There's really nothing that comes off on your fingers from this. It's that light of a burn. But we have brought out a lot of the grain of the wood. That's a really nice touch. If that's a look that you like, you're done. I like to do it with pine because pine looks so anemic, it's cheap. Can you do this with any other type of wood? Sure, you can do it with cedar. Now, would you want to do it with like mahogany or walnut or something? Probably not, because those are already pretty nice in and of themselves. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Another question that came in was, can you do this with pressure treated wood? And I would recommend against that, because what we're really trying to do here is we're trying to preserve the wood, we're trying to make it look better. Pressure treated wood is already preserved with a bunch of chemicals. Burning that is just simply not a good idea, because you're going to release a lot of those chemicals and you're not really going to add any longevity to it. All right, let's move on to the next section. All right, so for section number 2 here, I'm going to utilize a little bit more of an aggressive burn. Now, this is going to be a little bit more like the way that I typically like to do this. There we go. Now, on this one, you're going to get more of a residue coming off of it, and it kind of lends itself more to sanding it down. The beauty of Shishugibon too is if you don't have a perfectly smooth plank, burning it like this will burn off all the little fibers and leave you with a very smooth surface. Now this, I mean, I could hit this a little bit more. Yeah, I think something like that. I think would be the way that I would want to go. Then I would sand the shiny surface off of it. I would oil that. Do you have to oil it? Nope. You could put some kind of polymer coating on it. Do whatever you feel like. I mean, it's already kind of more preserved now than it was before because you've singed the outer layer. You've basically sealed the outside of the wood. And another thing that this does is it protects it from insects and other critters. It's like hard-coded in their DNA that they should stay the hell away from fire because fire is bad. Fire equals change, fire equals death. And so insects, stay away from it. Goddamn bugs. They're like, no, we ain't going anywhere near that. That's kind of the way I like to do it, and that's the way I did it in the last video. What we're gonna do now is we've done light, we've done medium, now we're gonna go like completely crazy and we're gonna go super dark over here. So for the final section here, I'm gonna show you what it looks like if you really go nuts on it. And this is really in part to prove to you that there's nothing you can do with this that's wrong, quote unquote. You can't overdo it, you can't underdo it. So let me show you what that looks like. Oh yeah. So this is another way that people like to do this, where they burn it so long that it forms what's could be called alligator skin, and it's technically called alligator skin. You're burning down deeper into the wood here. If I were to wire brush this, it would go back down to kind of like looking more like that last one we did. It's also very highly reflective. You can see the sort of the reflection of my hand on there. It's very shiny. I personally don't like it as much as that one we did in the middle, but this goes to show you that you can achieve like a completely different surface. Like I said before, I really want you to go out and try this. Be safe, of course. Don't light the place on fire, but there's nothing you can really do wrong with this. Let me, I can show you. I can hit this again. It doesn't really change much after that. It just kind of stays that way. So if you left this kind of untreated, somebody would touch it and they would get, a lot of the carbon would come off. I hope that shows you that there's really no right or wrong way to do this. It comes down to preference. All right, so there you go. Shusugiban Yakusugi Yaku. 3 different ways. If this video has been helpful to you in any way, please hit the thumbs up button. Please check out my other videos. I got my tiny house right here. I do videos on that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, be well, and yeah, stay safe out there.